see all of you today. And of all places, right here in Fairy Tale Garden. You see, this is one of my favorite spots to go, to get away from everything and just fly away on my imagination. Well, do you know what one of my favorite ways to do that is? What do I like to do? To read. That's right, I love to read. Doesn't everybody? Raise your hand if you like to read. Oh my, look at all those readers. You see, I think I like stories so much because of all the different places they can take you and all the exciting people you can pretend to be. And the only thing you need is your imagination. For example, if you know my name, say it out loud. Belle! Well, I'm very flattered that so many of you know me. Yes, my name is Belle. But when I'm reading a story, I can pretend to be a damsel in distress. What do you think? No. Or I could be someone brave, like a knight in shining armor. Let me see those shields. How brave are you? Ooh, some of you look very brave. Or instead of just plain old Belle, I could be Belle, Queen of the Pirates. On guard! Or maybe not. But one of the most important things about stories, as you can see, is we can have so much fun with them. And one of the really fun things is we can share them with each other. Well, that gives me an idea. Well, why don't we share a story, if that's all right with you, yes? Oh, wonderful. And I know just the story we can share. Why don't we share my story? Would that be all right? Yes? Oh, good. All right, then let's see. We're going to need a few things to get started. And luckily, I have two very good friends here to help me. Can everyone say hello to Jennifer? Hi, Jennifer. And say hello to Devin. Hi, Devin. Jennifer, will you please get the things we'll need from the storytelling trunk? Thank you. Now, if we're going to share a story, I'm going to need some help from all of you along the way. Will you help me? Yes. Oh, thank you. All right, then let's start at the very beginning. Do you remember who I lived with in our quiet little village? Who did I live with? Me. Oh, some of you know him. That's right. I lived with my wonderful father, Maurice. And do you remember what he did for an occupation? What was his job? He was an inventor. He was very smart and very kind. And you sitting over there in the blue shirt, you remind me of Papa. Come up here and help us share our story. It's Papa, everyone. How are you today? Good. Come right on over here. Look what we have for you. We're going to give you all of the tools that you need to be a proper inventor. Now, if you could invent anything you wanted, what would it be? A robot. Ooh, that sounds like something my papa would invent. Now, my papa was not the only one who paid attention to me in our village, was he? No. Who else was?
Gaston.
Gaston. Was Gaston strong? Show me how strong he was. He was very strong. Was Gaston handsome? Well, he thought he was, didn't he? Was Gaston sitting right here with the red hat on? Come on up here and help us. It's Gaston. Now this robot that you would invent, what would you have it do for you? Would it clean your room? Ooh, that sounds like a helpful robot. Who would get a robot to clean their room? Raise your hand. Oh my, look at all those robots. That sounds like a successful invention to me. Now, oh my, he looks so strong. Show everyone those muscles. Very impressive. Now, Gaston had a one-track mind, and he was always saying, "You will marry me, Belle." Can you say that? Why? And no matter how many times I refused, he kept on saying, can you say it again? You will? Oh, I think he means it. Now, even though I sent Gaston away, he never really gave up. Wait, right here. Now, one fine day, my papa set off on a long journey to take one of his inventions to the fair. But you got lost on a dark road, didn't you? And he was chased by... Do you remember what he was chased by? Wolves. Can everyone put on their wolf ears? Put on those wolf ears. And on the count of 3, we'll howl like wolves. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ow! luck would have it, you were thrown from your horse. But he found shelter in what he thought was an abandoned castle. But it wasn't abandoned at all, was it? No, you met many new friends there, didn't you? And here they are now. Mrs. Potts, Chip, Cogsworth, and Lumiere. They look wonderful, don't they? Oh my. They were all once in the service of the master of the house, but had been transformed into these objects when a spell had been placed over the entire household. Now, when our horse Philippe returned home without Papa, I knew something was not right. So Philippe took me back to where they had been separated, and I discovered not only Lumiere, Cogsworth, Chip, and Mrs. Potts, but someone who was known only as the Beast! That's right, he's sitting right here in the Ohio State shirt. That's him. Come on, let me help us. It's the Beast! How are you doing today, Lumiere? Good, you're doing such a great job holding your candlesticks up without dripping any wax.